Now, I want to take a few questions that came. The Ashutosh Sharma and Chirant Srinivas are saying about the Aryan theory that the Westerners continue talking about it. What are the counter-arguments? In a nutshell, the counter-arguments are that an invasion means sudden destruction, but there is all the evidence that there is a gradual evolution, there is no abrupt change. So there is no destruction of the civilization, there is nothing like that. Secondly, there is continuity of symbols and rituals from that era till today. Okay, there is a lot of Hindu symbolism, Vedic symbolism found there. So the Vedic stuff did not originate elsewhere. Sanskrit did not come from elsewhere. Sanskrit and Vedas certainly originated together. And since this civilization based in India physically has those kind of symbolism evolving over time, continuously being used, obviously the two are similar. The two have a common origin. So there are plenty of evidences like that, including genetic evidence. And I want to bring this together in a more clear format, because right now it's very difficult for ordinary people to understand some of the latest scientific discoveries. So we are working on that. Yeah. Then somebody, Venkat Nalam, wants to know that are there separate Dravidian languages, given that many South Indian languages have common roots with Sanskrit. You know, this is a good topic to discuss. Certainly Tamil is a great language, has its own history, its own past and grand literature, but certainly it is not in conflict with Sanskrit, and certainly it is not isolated from Sanskrit. The two have borrowed. The Sanskrit borrows from local languages, Indian, traditional Indian languages. They contribute words to Sanskrit and Sanskrit contributes to them. So the literature also has moved back and forth in the sense that people have been bilingual. A lot of people have been bilingual. In my book, The Battle for Sanskrit, I talk about this idea of a kind of like an internet sharing knowledge across many nodes. This sort of thing has existed with Sanskrit and the local languages as well. There's someone, then there's Ranjan Menon. Ranjan Menon says, what is the chronology of Birrana? That is the correct pronunciation. They spell it as B-I-R-R, but actually it's Birrana. They don't know R maybe. So he wants to know what's the chronology and was it continuous and what is its relationship with today's villages in that area. We don't know the relationship with today's villages too much because we haven't dug up enough. It's just been recently discovered. But it's very clearly linked with the ancient other Vedic sites and other Harappan sites. And it's the oldest. It goes back to almost 10,000 years from now, 10,000 years old. Much older than the so-called 5,000-year-old civilization we mentioned. It is 10,000 years actually. Much old. It's older than Mehergarh in Pakistan, which earlier was considered to be the center and the starting point. But we now know that Haryana has older locations than anything in Pakistan. So, and probably we'll find things even older than that somewhere. So the chronology is very continuous. Things are shifting from one place to another, back and forth. You cannot say it is west moving to the east or east moving to the west because things are moving in different directions. This is a large space where new knowledge is created and shared across the whole space. So, then there's a question by Prasanna Naresh Khakre and Shivesh Singh. Is Mahendra Parvat in Cambodia, which has been discovered, the same as the one mentioned in Ramayana? Now that's a very interesting question. Certainly the Mahendra Parvat discovered in Cambodia has Vishnu. I mean, it's a Vishnu place. There is a lot of Vaishnavism there and a lot of the local people, the mere fact they call it Mahendra Parvat. So how far back we can take it, because this city is 12th century and it's considered to be the largest empire in the world until in the 12th century. So how far back we can take it, we don't know because it hasn't been dug up enough. How far back and how do we relate it to Ramayana, we don't know. I do want to tell you that Ayodhya, there is an Ayodhya in Thailand also. There is a forest in Bali which they say is the Hanuman's monkeys are the descendants of Hanuman's monkeys are living in that forest, and you can see monkeys there. So many regions claim to be part of the narrative of Ramayana. So this is where scientists have to do more work. I mean, is it so that Hanuman in his journey went, a certain distance, went a certain way? We don't know. Is it that in their imagination they want to be Hindu, they want to be part of the Ramayana narrative, and so they've named their local towns to be part of the Ramayana geography? We don't know. So I think this is the kind of research that nobody has done. People have looked in isolation, the history, people doing their thing, and archaeologists doing their thing, and we need to bring all these together, which is what we're trying to do.
और हमारे देश के लिए अगर सबसे बड़ी एक समाज की मन में एक आवश्यकता है तो हमारी सोसाइटी हिस्ट्री कॉन्शियस होनी चाहिए. इतिहास को भुला देने वाली समाज व्यवस्था नहीं होनी चाहिए.